sexy, feeling plenty, never empty. Fuck it, I'ma work it like I got 6 cents. Yeah, alright.
I'm supposed to talk about these separate, but I'm going to end up putting these together. But today it looks like we're going to get to talk about how to be positive in a negative world and what is spirituality. So first thing first, I just want to go to Google and see what's up. What is spirituality? Because people get religion and spirituality confused. Okay, so here's spirituality. The quality of being concerned with human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things. So, what does that mean? That could only mean that I'm not going to let money control my desire. I'm not going to let people control my desire. I'm not going to let people's beliefs control my desire. I want to be free, and I want to be concerned about my soul and my spirit and my good spirit and my mood and my attitude every day. That's how I take it. Looks like that's how Google is defining it, and it's important that we stop and realize, like, what are we doing here? What am I doing here? Like, what do I want to get out of this? If this is about me and I was brought into this world and only me can live this life, what do I desire to do in this lifetime? And that's what you really have to stop and think, because a lot of the times when I be talking to some of my peers and you will get down and ask them, what's your goals? I'm like, what's your my goals? My goals? My goals? Like, girl, it's not an exam. I just asked a fucking question. It be that way sometimes. So that she would blow up. But you have to stop and just really think about what you want to do. And another thing about spirituality is it's about response. That is the main thing. It's a way to not give a fuck and to give a fuck at the same time. But we have to work on our responses to situations, because sometimes we give a devastating response to a situation that's good for us. Sometimes somebody leaves our lives or something traumatic happens that we set our life around that fear or whatever happened on that just social event that just turned into a disaster. We have to work on how we respond to that, because attachment is rude to our burden. Like, if you attach to something, it becomes a burden. It becomes a weight on your shoulders. You're thinking about it too much. You invested too much time, energy, and thought in something you 9 times out of 10 cannot control. And that's what spirituality is. Another great thing that it's about. You like got a lot of things that just it's out of your control at work, home, family. I mean, you can't control it. If you can't control how they feel about you, that's not to say just go completely left or whatever you're doing. Just, be out loud with it. Turn into, like, be private about your business and just be to yourself and just keep it to a level of being calm with everybody around you. Learn how to talk to everybody, because it's a way to be. It's a way to do everything. And that's just the common goal of spirituality, is just optimism and these different other factors just to keep yourself uplifted every day, because we already know that every day ain't gonna be all positive and going to say that just leads right into it. That's how I love how the universe works. But being positive in a negative world, like, that is just the hardest thing to do. Like, you see reality for what it is, the conversation you have with people every day. And sometimes people just work at Walmart and stock and different kind of jobs. I have a job where I actually sell, get to talk to people, and I get to experience and hear a lot of ideas from people and stuff like that. So it makes me a little bit more on the advantage side, because I know how to control the conversation and do stuff in that nature. But it's just, I still have to remain positive when I see so much negative, like, in my conditions. And, like, it's not even, like, negative that's within me. It's negative, like, around, like, the conditions of people's mindset. And it's just something different that I can't relate to, because a lot of people just out here really moving crash on me and not even thinking about the future of the kids and how their kids gonna be taught. And that's how a lot of this is happening with, like, our kids just not being knowledgeable of how to act and do different kind of stuff that's, like, really courtesy to the society we live in, like showing respect. Respect is a big thing. You want respect, you gotta give respect. Like, it's a level of gratitude. You just can't expect, like, all of this love and attention, and then you want to be despiteful, arrogant, envious, like, jealous. Like, it's crazy. And a lot of the times, like, people just don't. You have to acknowledge your emotions, because why do I feel like this? You have to ask questions. And my thing is religion. I don't like someone that acts God took in the Bible. Like, if you created these people in your image and they were doing all this despiteful things and chatting on wicked stuff, then you didn't have a better solution than some of the God is a jealous guy. Like, I don't want to be jealous. He don't want me to be jealous. I can't be jealous. Like, who is this guy we're talking about? And then you can do your own research, but that's just how I feel. Like, I feel like God is consciousness, knowledge. I feel like God is a level of thinking that I can think on tomorrow. I can meditate and be thinking like a God to dictate what happens in my life, And that's typically how you can be positive in a negative world, because as long as you give a shit about the stuff you care about, and making good problems. What does that mean? Good problems should mean to you like a problem that you can solve. It's not overwhelming. It's something you rather deal with than other stuff. You know what I mean? A good problem. I know it's kind of like a mixture of different words that kind of contradict each other, but I mean that's something you want to think about. What is a good problem? What is a problem that I want to deal with that's not going to stress me out, that'll help me and advance me in my life? What is a good problem I can create? Opening a business and being uncomfortable and or dropping out of college, even though my family want to spend all this money on me and I'm not learning anything and having to cheat all the time. Like stuff like that. It's like real big questions that what is a good problem that I see myself in the future having to deal with that's like putting me in a better place. Because a lot of us are dealing with problems that we can't even fix and we stress over it, we put too much energy into it, and we claim that we believe in religion and some certain entity, but this entity is not affecting and helping my mood on my everyday basis. So this is when we need to question and reevaluate what we're thinking about, because a lot of times people believe in that and act a whole other way. So is this a play or a portray, or are you for real? And I just like to keep it real, straightforward, but that is what spirituality is. So the quality of being concerned with human spirit or soul, like that's what you should focus on, your well-being, how you thinking, your perspective, being optimistic, having attributes of dominance, just taking care of yourself, bro. Really take care of yourself, because the body is the kingdom, and whatever you put in and take in through the eye and put in your head, it could either get better or for worse, you know. For better or for worse. So y'all just keep that in mind. It's your boy K.horuss, and I just want to let y'all know this is the kind of information I put in my music that you are missing out on. So maybe one day you'll actually know, what are you talking about? I went to the store on the camera down, come on the top. This shit information. Okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah, y'all gonna hear it one day. But hey, this is your boy K.horuss. Y'all go ahead and subscribe. We've had another great experience over there on the conversation. And don't think I'm wearing a same shirt. You know what it is. I might be, but I did all this video in one day. So y'all stay tuned, stay following, and support my journey. Thank you guys.
Circumstances got me turned up. Find the pleasure, burn the haters out. Only plan to count dividends, bring them digits in, bring them back to the block. I got 6 senses, feeling plenty, never empty. Fuck it, I'ma work it like I got 6 senses. Yeah, alright.